Hello, welcome to Cool Discussions. Today it's Tuesday, so guess what we're going to talk about?
Guess what that means?
Trump! Yeah.
How's Trump making headlines this week?
There's a bunch of reasons. Trump met with the Israeli Prime Minister the other day.
Netanyahu.
Yep.
And he met with the Canadian Prime Minister, Joe Trudeau.
Yeah, Joe Trudeau. Just for those Americans out there, his name is actually Justin Trudeau.
Maybe tell your, what is he, Secretary of State? No,
Press
Secretary. Make sure, what's his name? Steve something? Steve Sadleski? Whatever your name is. If you can't remember our Prime Minister's name, we're not going to remember yours.
Yeah. But the big thing was this, is that his national security advisor, Flynn, was forced to resign because of...
He talked to Russia beforehand or something?
Yeah, he talked to Russia before they were president, before he was technically... No, okay.
That's not allowed.
The reason why was because apparently he lied to the vice president when he was debriefing them. He was supposed to have... I think if he had said to the vice president when they were talking that, I had already talked to Russia, I've been in pre-talks with Russia about what we're going to do. Things might have been different, but because he left it out of a debriefing with the vice president,
that was bad.
This shit hit the fan.
I think that was the biggest news of him this week, anyways.
It was the biggest news of the of the presidency so far, and the news media is going, this is the worst thing that's happened to the U.S. administration ever. It's the worst thing, and it's just like. Trump actually had a very valid point. He had a press conference, like an hour and a half, and what he did with his press conference was he didn't really talk to the press. He talked to the people of America, which is...
Talked at the press, kind of.
Yeah, he talked at...
That's the impression that I got.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression. His valid point was, how the hell is the intelligence community leaking this stuff? This is a pretty big leak because this was a recorded conversation between the future NSA head and a Russian diplomat, recorded by American intelligence, and it's been leaked to the press. And I don't know, and when he made this point, the point is like there's been a lot of leaks to the press from high-level security stuff. So, Trump, he said, where's this stuff coming from? Why are people leaking? This is classified stuff. And It's just kind of like, he has a very valid point. I understand the press is supposed to get these things. They're supposed to work hard to get it. But it almost seems like the intelligence agency is just going,
here you go.
Oh, you work for CNN? Come on in. Let me show you around.
Yeah.
This is what we're, this is a conversation.
Here's our classified conversations that we're not supposed to tell you about.
Just
go Feel free to take pictures. A soundbite.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Here's a manuscript. And it's just kind of like, Trump has a valid point. Would the intelligence agency have leaked any of this stuff if it was Obama?
See, this is what I got from his press conference. I didn't get that from his press conference because all I got from that was him attacking the media. Mm-hmm. The media saying that he was talking about fake news, fake this, fake that.
Super fake news.
Fake news.
CNN is now super fake news. And I've always had a distrust of news agencies in general.
This is long before Trump.
Way before Trump.
When I look at something, I always look at news. I always look at news from that they're coming from a bias because, and it seems like it's a big thing because when you look at news, you look at headlines, right?
Yep.
And then the headline is what gets you into the article.
Yeah.
Right. So then you read the article and you go, well, that headline was kind of a little bit misleading.
Oh, very misleading.
And it seems to be, and even when you look at YouTube videos, the thumbnail on there is always misleading.
Some naked chick like, with boobs.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to click in this because there's some...
Naked chick with boobs.
Yeah, but then the naked chick doesn't even show up, and you're like,
yeah.
Like, well, what the hell, that was clickbait.
Yeah.
And that's what news seems to be leaning towards. And even the big news agencies, when you go on their websites, you see, like... headlines of, nuclear war averted, and it's like you read the article and it's like Trump leaves nuclear code somewhere or something like that, and you're like, okay, but what? That wasn't a real article, of course, but I'm using that as
Yeah.
and it's like, but every news site is like that nowadays.
No, and I see his point. Like, I see why he keeps attacking the media. It's because the media isn't... okay, they're supposed to be objective, but the media is actually using their positions to attack the administration. And it's just like...
They're supposed to be non-biased. They're supposed to be non-biased.
They're supposed to let us come to our own conclusions. Yeah. And you know what? I don't have a problem with the media being biased. That's never been a problem for me. As long as you state right from the get-go I lean to this direction.
Well, we all know where they lean now.
We know where they lean. But if a journalist was talking on the news and saying, you know what, I voted for Hillary, and I don't like Trump, I'm going to give you some news. Here are some of the facts.
I'm going to give you news from my perspective. Yeah. But I think
come to your own.
The news is almost turning into an opinion thing nowadays.
A lot of opinion.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, because news is so readily available, it's more of an opinion based. To me, it comes across as opinion based.
Look at what we're doing right
now. Well, yeah. Well, of course,
we are opinion based.
Well,
news and quotes.
We're not news.
By the way,
we're not news.
I'm using quotes here because this is sarcasm. We aren't news.
No, we're not news at all. Like, we're just a couple of dudes who sit here and give our opinions on stuff on the news, which is now opinions.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's the problem. Before, and we've said it before the news cycle was 4 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock type thing, right? Yeah. Somewhere in there. And people all day had to gather their information. And now it's, you don't gather information, you hear Trump loses nuclear codes, and it's like, Trump loses nuclear codes all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over whatever, and you're like, and then you find out, oh, he didn't really lose them.
And that's one of the sad things is a lot of news agencies are just picking up on these headlines and not doing any kind of research.
Sound bites and bits.
Yeah, they're just shoving this news out here before they have a chance to actually get an opinion. Or to get some real facts. It's just like all of a sudden...
Journalism. They're doing journalism. You know what I mean? But I find that happens a lot. They'll take sound bites. They'll take pieces of information, and they'll put it out there, and you'll read it, and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty damning. And then you read the whole context that it was in, and you're like, well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing...
Like the whole travel thing with Trump.
Yep.
He wants to get rid of illegal immigration. He wants to cut down on that, but that turned into so many sound bites of he wants to ban everybody.
Yeah.
He wants to ban Muslims.
Even just the travel ban as a statement is like, he banned immigration from 7 countries. Now, all these countries are predominantly Muslim, but the news medias...
So they ban Muslim countries.
Yeah. If you just go based off of what the news was saying, it was a Muslim ban. Yeah. It's like, no, it wasn't a Muslim ban.
Yeah.
It was a ban on these 7 countries
for because they're known terror harboring.
Yeah,
countries.
and the worst
these countries were on lists of Obama too.
Yeah, Obama had these lists before, and that's where Trump got it from. Yeah. So it's kind of like, this is Obama's list, and Trump is just using it, but you're saying that Trump is racist. And people are going to... He's not even a month into his presidency. And people are attacking him with such venom right now. And it's just like, you know what? Let him get his cabinet together. Give him a chance.
Well, this is the longest it's taken for a president to get their cabinet together, isn't it? I think so. I think this is the longest that they were saying that. Even before he was sworn in, they were saying this is the longest it's taken for a president to get people appointed. And it's like, okay, well... It happens, I guess. Maybe it's it's the first time in history. Well, yeah, because it's the first time in history for anything.
Yeah,
When it's the first time, it's the first time.
Okay, but that's true. And to put things into perspective, Obama, by this time in his presidency, he was already traveling. Obama was making his first trip to someplace in the Middle East. I don't remember specifically where, but he was traveling. And then Trump, he has no plans to travel yet. He's not made any announcement that I'm going anywhere. I'm doing anything. People are coming to him, But for Obama, people came to him as well. But Obama was 1 month in, he was already out of the country. And Trump isn't. He's sitting there at his desk. You know, most of his photo ops are him at his desk writing an executive order, or him at the newsstand saying, "Guys, stop being dicks."
I saw something, I can't remember the numbers, but like his family security or something like that is higher, like 3 times more than what Obama's was, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but there was something about his. They were talking about the monetary value of security for his family and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, obviously it costs money.
Isn't there like 50 times more members of his family?
I think so. I think there's more. Yeah. Well, he has a bunch of.
Obama had his wife and 2 kids. Trump has what? 2 ex-wives, wife. 4 adult children.
Do they have to protect all those people? Like, do they all get Secret Service?
Well, that's what. Isn't that the reason why his?
I don't even know. Like, I have no idea. I don't know how the Secret Service works.
And that's the thing. I don't necessarily know. I always thought it was the immediate family, but considering he has 2 adult sons, they might count as immediate family. So, you know what? If he has 2 adult kids, if he has 3 adult sons, and they all have children,
they got to protect their families. I don't even know how that works. That's weird, eh?
So, you know, obviously costs are going to run a little higher. Now, one of the nitpicking things that I noticed in the news too was that his phone. Apparently Trump is using an old phone that is easily accessible for hacking.
I didn't.
Now, to be honest, I don't understand, and there could be a whole bunch of reasons why, but if he has his old phone and he has his contact list and he only uses it for what he would consider personal stuff and non-president stuff,
yeah, what's the problem with it? I don't know.
Yeah, like if he's making a call to Russia on his personal phone,
yeah, that's
wrong.
Yeah.
But I bet you he has phones that he actually has to use in the White House to make these calls. I don't imagine he'd be able to go in. Oh, Putin's.
Yeah.
Hey, Putin.
Siri, call Putin. Hey, Putin, what's up? Oh, I'm going to switch to FaceTime. Hold on. Hey! I don't see that kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, so...
The media is pretty harsh on him. I think so.
The media is incredibly harsh on him, considering he's just starting and he's trying to... He's doing something. I'm sorry, I don't remember anything that Obama did in his first year of office. He didn't get Obamacare going until his 2nd term. Because at that point in time, he didn't have to worry about anything.
He didn't have to worry about getting reelected because he couldn't. And Trump has said that he's going to repeal it and put in something new by 2018.
They've already started it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a while. But here's the thing. Trump has said, I'm doing these things in my first 100 days. And guess what? He's actually doing these things. And it's like, honestly, anybody out there who's an Obama fan... What did Obama say he was going to do in his first 100 days?
I don't remember. I don't even.
And how many of them did he do?
You know what I'm going to base? Like, I'm going to base my opinions for Trump on each individual act he does. The travel thing, that kind of made me go, you're an idiot. Having people who have green cards come into your country not being able to get back. Like, people who live in your country legally couldn't get back to their homes. That was pretty dumb. You made a mistake there. You know what I mean? But that's really, right now, that's his, to me, in my opinion, my news. That's, for me, that was like a strike, for sure, because it's like, well, you should have known that your order would have done this. You should have been able to foresee this. You know what I mean?
And that's what the courts are for. You know, they gotta strike that little sense of balance. Is like, you know, nuancing laws is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, definitely. But for him to go, hey, we don't want these people to... I'm okay with him saying from these countries because of this reason.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't think there was any Muslim... I don't know, maybe there was Muslim wording. I didn't read the whole...
No, there was no word. There was no Muslim word in the wording at all.
So
it just said a ban from these 7 countries, and we will accept people persecuted for religious values as well as LGBTQ stuff. And so
So he was accepting people who were banned from their country for religious reasons?
Yeah, so like religious minority prosecution. So if it's a Muslim majority country, a Christian is going to be one of those persecuted ones.
Yeah.
If it's a Christian majority, well, it could be Muslim. So, it wasn't specifically against Muslims. It was...
Shouldn't be persecuted on your religious beliefs anyways.
Well, okay, in Muslim countries, being anything but Muslim is technically against the law.
Well, that's silly.
And you can be harassed with no worries about...
No consequences?
No consequences. You can be killed and not have to worry about...
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff right there. So yeah, each time he comes out with something new, or I see something, I hear something new about him, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna base my own opinions. Same with Joe Trudeau. I'm going to do the same thing with him.
It's true.
And that's what I'm going to do with all politicians. I don't care if you're conservative, socialism, communist, the devil. I'm going to look at your decisions that you make to do, and I'm going to go, well, that's a pretty dumb decision, or, well, that's an okay idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can live with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think the world should do more of that.
I so agree with that.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on our Trump Tuesdays, because Trump is just going to keep them coming.
Oh, yes. He is going to fill the news.
It's going to be fabulous.
SNL has skits for the rest of their lives.
I can't wait till he starts traveling. This is going to be great. Trump in the Middle East. This is going to be fantastic. We need a vlog on that. A reality show on that.
Oh, wow. That's going to be so...
Keeping up with the Trumps. Fuck you, the Kardashians. Let's follow the Trumps. I'd watch that shit all day. I'd record that stuff so I wouldn't miss an episode. Make its own channel. Alright, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think of Trump in his first 30 days.
Yeah.
Tell us if he's making you mad, if he's making you happy. If you're a Trump supporter, tell us why. If you're not a Trump supporter, tell us why. Other than that, tune in tomorrow for another great video.
Yeah.